Hello viewers, Assalamu alaikum guys. I hope you are all be fine and happy. So welcome back to my channel Mr. Reaction. If you are new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe. Today I'm going to review its video title is Nusantara, the 35 billion mega city in the jungle. Okay, so I think talking about the project they are making in the jungle. So I hope it's going to be amazing. Let's enjoy together.
Jakarta is Southeast Asia's biggest capital, and it is also the world's fastest sinking city. It's pretty shocking that the city is still holding up even after being hit by an endemic, severe flooding, overpopulation, and now the worst climate crisis.
Oh,
But the Indonesian government has a solution, building a new capital from scratch. The soon-to-be capital Nusantara boasts a
wow, it's a
utopian
very
city
big
which will
project.
run on green energy. In today's video, we will dive into all the interesting facts about this upcoming megacity. Indonesia's proposed new capital is located in East Kalimantan on the island of
They're
Borneo.
located in there.
Nusantara, which translates to archipelago in Javanese, is a reflection of the nation's expanding aspirations for economic and strategic power projection. The move will cost an estimated $35 billion,
Oh,
and
35 billion is
Nusantara
a
is
very big
expected to be
amount,
home
guys.
to almost 2 million residents by 2045. It is hoped that local and
2045.
global talent will be enticed to take up
This
residence
means
there.
take 20 years.
This will be one of the biggest infrastructure projects the
Oh,
Indonesian
infrastructure.
government has ever undertaken. But why is Indonesia building a capital from scratch? Relocating a capital city is not undertaken lightly, but Indonesia has no other option. Its current capital, Jakarta, is quite literally sinking. The city is home
Really?
to more than 11 million residents, but frequently swells to
Check the
30 million.
population.
Overpopulation is not the only issue. Jakarta is built on a delta system of 13 rivers. Currently, a
13
startling
rivers.
40% of the city is submerged.
Maybe when the
Since
rain
the
came,
city is so
it's,
densely populated,
totally down.
water cannot seep into the soil. As a result, flooding is a persistent issue that will get worse due to climate change,
very bad for,
population
Jakarta.
growth, and deteriorating infrastructure. Because of traffic congestion and flooding, Jakarta loses about $6 billion in productivity each year. The Indonesian
That's why
government
this
wants to
project
relieve
is a
some of the pressure
very
on
effective
Jakarta
one.
by constructing a new capital. Meanwhile, 60% of Indonesia's GDP is concentrated on Java, with Jakarta contributing to 1/5 of Indonesia's GDP. The regions of Kalimantan contribute less than 10% to the total GDP.
Okay.
This is despite the provinces having an abundance of commodities such as coal, gold, and oil.
Gold mining.
Because most of the country's wealth is concentrated in Jakarta, and many Indonesians living outside Java have long complained about being forgotten. By relocating the capital to East Kalimantan, the government hopes the move will encourage greater investments to Indonesia's outer-lying provinces, resulting in more inclusivity and development. Serious conversations about moving Indonesia's capital had been going on for some time, but it was not until 2021
That's a
that
very
a master
important
plan
project
was
for
developed.
Indonesia.
The plan to move Indonesia's capital has been suggested by Indonesia's first president Sukarno in 1957.
It's mean this
But this plan was
discussing about
abandoned,
this project
and
is
Jakarta was declared the
before
country's capital during the
1957.
1960s.
but until now they
The
did not
idea of
do
building a new
anything.
capital 800 miles away on the island of Borneo was first proposed in 2019. The plan was announced by President Joko Widodo. He stated that the relocation of the new capital was to address economic inequality in Indonesia and to relieve the burden on Jakarta and the island of
Check the
Java where it
flooding.
is located. Soon after, the Indonesian parliament passed a law enabling the proposed relocation.
So finally they passed.
It's intriguing that East Kalimantan was chosen as the new capital. It has been argued that the move was motivated by geographic circumstances, such as the area's location in the middle of the Indonesian archipelago and the fact that it is unaffected by the natural
the nice
disasters
location, I
that
think.
frequently plague Indonesia, such as earthquakes,
Oh.
volcanic eruptions, and tsunamis.
Tsunamis
Only
also.
3.7 million people live in the mineral-rich East Kalimantan,
Wow,
which
it's
is
a
known for
lot
its
of people.
jungles and orangutan population. Strategically, shifting its capital to East Kalimantan
Okay,
will
so now
position
they are trying
Indonesia
to shifting
closer to
his
areas of
capital.
most interest, namely the Celebes Sea, Arafura Sea, and the Pacific Ocean. It is no
Pacific
secret
Ocean
that
also.
Indonesia aims to position itself as a dynamic Indo-Pacific power exploiting its formidable centrally located position.
Jakarta, Indonesia.
The country's objective to become maritime power in the region is made very clear. It's difficult to comprehend the sheer scale of building a new capital. The new administrative center of
That's a nice
Indonesia
structure.
will
I
be
really like
built
that.
over an area of
They have
inland
all
forest that is
helipads,
more than
everything.
200,000 hectares,
Oh.
or nearly 3 times the size of New York City.
Wow.
After the Indonesian parliament approved the relocation, in August 2022, the first shovel of earth was turned over at the site
Two
of the
years
new
ago.
capital. The first priority has been the construction of a toll road, the Sepaka Ring Road, which is the main access road to Nusantara.
This road is connecting to
According
that.
to reports, this road is currently 80% finished.
Okay, so it's
The
20%
acquisition of
left
land
only.
and the creation of a comprehensive engineering plan are additional priorities during this first phase,
This means
which
they are
runs
very
from
fastly
2022
doing
to
this about this
2024.
project. Now they are very
This
serious.
initial phase of infrastructure has received $350 million from the Indonesian Public Works and Public Housing Ministry. Nusantara will require soft and hard infrastructure, such as for the development of urban utilities, toll manufacturing,
Okay,
seaports
so
and
when
airports, and
It's
network and
complete, so
communications,
it's
among
really
others.
shocked to say.
This will be achieved gradually,
something
starting
new.
from the presidential palace, the central government headquarters, housing
that's the
districts for
headquarters
government
structure.
workers, and the headquarters for the military and police personnel. There are lofty goals for the new capital, including promoting economic equality and inclusivity. Nusantara aims to derive 100% of its energy from
They're
renewable
making
sources
a
and
city,
ensuring
but it looks
80%
like
of
another
mobility is by
country
public
in the
transport,
jungle.
cycling, or walking.
Okay.
The government intends to transform the new capital into a low-carbon superhub that will support healthcare and technology sectors, as well as promote sustainable growth beyond the island of Java. In other words, Nusantara will be a smart city, which encompasses information, communication, and technology to
Wow.
improve operational efficiencies and provide a better quality of government services.
Yeah,
The
of
new
course,
capital
because they are
needs
spending a
major
lot of money,
investment
so
for its
that's why.
development, and this presents ample opportunities for foreign businesses. The Indonesian government will provide slightly under 60% of the $35 billion needed for construction,
Okay, so
with the
60%
remaining
they
funds
already
coming
pay,
from
I
the
think.
private sector.
Okay.
Strangely, although city planners have emphasized that they wish to avoid problems brought on by private investment, such as inequality and corruption, they will be dependent on it to raise the money necessary to build the city.
Structure of the buildings.
Project Nusantara is
Amazing.
still at an initial stage, marred by delays including the COVID-19 pandemic.
Oh, they also
With
delay
such
more
ambitious
cowards.
goals for the new capital, bringing them to fruition seems to some an impossible endeavor. For instance, the government would like to move its presidential palace and other offices to the new capital in early
President Palace also they
2024,
are
yet
transferring
construction
there.
has barely begun. When Japanese investors visited the construction site in late June 2022, it is reported that they were puzzled because they barely saw anything aside from trees and a white sign with the words Nusantara Ground Zero. Soon after, they withdrew their funding, saying the project lacked a proper vision. With Japan's withdrawal,
also
the
helping.
country is reported to be turning to the Middle East nations, including Saudi Arabia
Saudi
and the
Arabia.
United Arab Emirates, as
Yeah.
well as China. The proposed site of the new capital is not far from the Mahakam Lakes, a beautiful area rich in
that's a very
peatlands and
beautiful
home to the
area to live
Irrawaddy
in.
dolphin, an endangered
They are
species.
playing with dolphins.
Peatland fires are the most significant source of the acrid haze that regularly envelop various parts of Indonesia.
So sad, guys.
Therefore,
They're
the
affecting
risk
a
of
very
fire in
large
the area
area.
is very real. There is also concern from environmental groups about endangered species in the area. Kalimantan is one of the few places on Earth where orangutans live in their natural
Birds.
habitat. Critics have argued that the construction of the new city will lead to the expansion of palm oil plantations and logging in an area rich in diverse wildlife and lush rainforests.
They are
Groups
new
representing the
planting.
indigenous people of Borneo have also voiced their concerns, saying that their environment and culture could be endangered by the move. Indigenous groups worry the government will destroy their villages.
Oh,
Given that the government does not acknowledge ancestral land claims, there is no legal mechanism for indigenous landowners to be
yeah.
compensated.
That people have another word in the
Indonesia is not
jungles.
the first country to change its capital. Brazil, Pakistan, and
Yeah,
Nigeria
Pakistan
have all
also changed
changed
that.
theirs to
That's
newly
true.
planned and constructed cities. Egypt is currently building a massive new capital city to take the burden off the overpopulated Cairo. The success rate of building a new capital from scratch has been very low so far. For example, Brasilia brought in more segregation, and Myanmar's Naypyidaw is abandoned
Yeah.
and looks like a ghost city now. Although Nigeria's Abuja quickened its urbanization, it couldn't put up an affordable housing plan for its people,
Oh,
so it ended up creating more slums. Above all else, in 1911, British Raj made Delhi India's new capital, changing it from Calcutta.
yeah. Now they are
Today, the
changing to
city ranks
Kolkata.
at the top for the world's worst air pollution. In
And
the
India also
future,
have a
it
lot
is
of
likely that
pollution, but
many
it's a very
countries
big
will
country.
jump on
That's
the
why
bandwagon and construct new capitals to
if
ease
you
their
have a lot
presently
of,
overflowing capital
I
cities.
mean, traffic or
So
that's of course you
Nusantara
have a
could be a
pollution,
case study for other
lot of
countries planning
factories.
to shift capitals, and this could be to find solutions or to learn
I think
lessons.
Indonesia are doing
Let
something
us know your
new.
thoughts on this project in the
It's
comments
look a
section
very
below.
very beautiful
Thanks for
area.
watching and see you in the next video.
Okay, guys, so that's they are talking about shifting the Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia, transferring to the in the jungle. It's a very big project, so maybe it take up much time, like a 10 year, 20 years. They are talking about a 2045. So, but that's why they are talking because they have a lot of pollutions now, traffic in the roads. I hope it's going to be amazing for Indonesia also, and it's look very beautiful because I see the structure also. I hope you are also like and enjoy. So don't forget to like, comment, and share on the video. Tell your thoughts in the comments. What about the video? So see you soon, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Allah Hafiz.